You're watching 5-Star Takes with Tony Deppen. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, like it, and also watch my fucking podcast with these guys because it was great.
It's almost Thanksgiving time, guys. Are you saving yourself up for some food next week or what?
Oh my god, dude, I'm so excited. I'm gonna eat the shit out of some food. I'm gonna eat all of it and then maybe even get a little half drunk.
I don't think that Isaac has ever saved himself from anything.
No,
I
man.
don't think he saved himself for anything either.
What is it? What is it Mark Twain said? He said, abstinence is such a wonderful thing that I abstain from it completely. Hell yeah, dude.
Words of wisdom from our very own Isaac via Mark Twain.
Yeah, that's Marky Mark there. My dude.
That's Mark Twain. Marky Mark was part of the Funky Bunch.
He's got a burger restaurant in Columbus, Ohio.
He's actually got a there's a Wahlburgers actually about 20 minutes from my house too.
Have you sampled it?
I actually have never been there.
Me neither.
Yeah. It's funny how that works.
I one of the only ex-girlfriends that I actually still keep in somewhat contact with because we're actually really good friends. She was a huge New Kids on the Block fan, so obviously, she loves Donnie. So she tries to go there all the time and stuff and that. And I'm just waiting for the one time I finally go there and I happen to run into Donnie and I'll be like, hey, can I take a picture with you? First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send it to her just to piss her off, just in a joking way and stuff. So.
Picture didn't happen. Mark Wahlberg
didn't happen. Donnie Wahlberg.
Wait. Picture it didn't happen with Mark Wahlberg. This is unofficial, so because this isn't when we normally do it, but I'm gonna play along anyways. Picture it didn't happen with Mark Wahlberg.
Damn it!
Oh, man.
But then we're not counting that. That was unofficial, so we're not. I'm not gonna count that against you.
Well, I think it's time to make it official. Run that video.
Nice segue, Shane. That might be the best one yet.
We had a good one. I feel like we had a really good one last week too for something.
Yeah, but I think Shane may have topped this one. Just to let everybody know, as we are recording, the SmackDown is going on live right now, and so there might be a little bit of, I guess you could call it breaking news, if depending on what happens with this segment, because the OG Bloodline and the new Bloodline are all in the ring right now, and it's about to go down. So
we'll see how breaking it is if we release it next Friday, though. When do we release this?
This is good.
When are we dropping this?
This is going to come by the time this is the first person or anybody can access this. It'll actually
right now.
Yes, it'll be right now. But from when we're recording, it's going to be up tomorrow morning. So
oh hell yeah, late break. Let's do it.
And when I say tomorrow morning, I mean it's Saturday morning. But if you can put it this way. Right if you can see the link on our Facebook page at facebook.com/group/shooting shit or on our YouTube page at www.youtube.com/@5star takes, that means this episode is available for you to watch.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we're going to ruin the end of SmackDown for all of our Indian viewers
who didn't watch the show. But speaking of things that got so I'm going to try my hand at this segue thing. Speaking of things that got ruined, what about the sport of boxing in that fight last week?
Wow, boxing was ruined a long time ago, but the two fights, I only watched the last three fights, but the two fights that came before that Tyson fight were really good.
They were.
They were really good fights. Although the women's match, I don't know what the hell the decision was on that one, because anyone who watched that fight,
Wrong decision.
knew
Just leave it at
Serrano.
that.
It was
Knew
clearly
Serrano
the
won.
correct one.
You're out of your mind. But
Watch it.
the welterweight fight was incredible. Those guys went fucking 10 rounds.
I believe so. Yes.
3
That-
minutes.
That's the
And-
thing, though. Like, that's how all of like the Logan and Jake Paul boxing cards work. Is they generally stack the undercard with
Oh
some.
my God! Paul Heyman's back.
Oh, Paul. They stacked the undercard.
Yeah. They stack the undercard with like high level, boxers who are willing to like take the payday for it, with organizations that are willing to book their titles.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, on the show. But there's always just an hour in between fights. I remember me and my buddy Mike were watching the Jake Paul versus Ben Askren fight from years ago. And in between the co-main, which was like Anderson Silva, it was like two former MMA guys boxing, but it was pretty good. Between the co-main and then the main event, it was literally over an hour.
It was like that with the Tyson fight too.
Yeah, there was a full performance from like, it was like Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, 50 Cent, and God, some other, I can't remember, but some other legendary rapper. And there's like a 25-minute long performance. I remember me and my buddy are watching and drinking. He was hammered, and he was like, please.
It's wild. I mean, it's like an infomercial length. Like, it's so weird. It's like, you get like this short little fight that's kind of dog shit after like an hour and a half of promotion to it.
Well,
between
and it
the
was
last fight.
Guys, the 5th member of Team Roman has just been announced.
And Seth.
Nope, it's CM Punk.
No, it's not.
Turn on SmackDown right now.
Why?
Because because CM Punk is the Paul Heyman
Punk and
guy.
Heyman. Okay. All right.
Wow,
Seth isn't involved. That's crazy.
I kind of actually prefer that. No offense to Seth Rollins.
Yeah,
But,
Seth Rollins deserves his own thing. He doesn't need to be tied into that shit. Although I'd still rather see Brock come back, but whatever.
You know what though, with Brock come, I think this stuff with this lawsuit with the Janelle Grant stuff, I can't see them.
I don't know. It doesn't seem like he did anything. It just seems like because his name was mentioned in the report, they were being careful with it.
Yeah, they are. I mean, we couldn't stuff.
But Sable would whoop the shit out of him. She could Sable bomb his ass right through one of his goddamn cows or whatever he's got in that goddamn.
She would Sable bomb Lesnar through a cow.
Yeah, dude. She's a
she Sable bombed Mark Barrow on the floor one time.
I'm telling you, she's a tough lady.
Yeah.
Shane, is that a 5-star take?
I don't necessarily know, and Shane, in whether you can if you agree with me on this, cool. If not, no biggie. But I don't know if I necessarily call it a 5-star take. Let's just call it an Isaac take.
Dude, I know what to call it, and if I had the means to access this button, I sure would hit it right now.
Oh.
That one?
I just gave Isaac an X. I think that's the first ever non-DDJ given. Oh, wow.
You would be correct, sir.
No, I mean, Sable does seem like a pretty tough woman. So
she's pretty quiet and stuff like it, but she just strikes me as someone that just she wouldn't put up with that kind of shit.
Isaac, are you there? Oh, I think
Did we lose Isaac?
we might have.
Yeah, he's frozen. Well,
Is he? It's really tough to tell. I think he
no,
is.
I don't think he can stay that. Oh,
Oh, yep, there it is.
All right, so we'll wait for him to come back on. We'll leave this up and stuff. But I mean, yeah, Sable strikes me as someone. She's like one of those ones that she seems like really quiet and stuff, but don't provoke her,
For sure.
and that. So one of the things I kind of wanted to ask, and we'll get Isaac when he gets back on here. The things was with the buffering issues and that seemingly plagued the live stream. I know I dealt with my fair share of them when I was at home trying to watch the fight and stuff, but do you think that the WWE should worry about the same thing happening when they go on Netflix in about a little over a month?
No, I mean, I think we talked about this last week a little bit, or at least you two did. Yeah, no, I mean, I think that there's worries to be had always with, especially going from an actual cable network to a streaming service, and obviously, what that can do as far as, people tuning in and overloading a server and all of that. But I think, like you guys said last week, I mean, there's no chance. Hello?
He's back.
Holy shit, my internet completely shit out.
I fucking X'd you out of the whole internet,
X'd me right off. You were about to say, I wish I had access to the button, and then Dennis clicked something, and then I just got the fucking Netflix buffering thing, and I'm like...
And it's kind of funny that you said it, because we were just right as you were coming back on, we were just talking about the buffering issues that plagued the fight and whether or not WWE going to have to worry about that come January 6th when Raw debuts on Netflix. Yeah, and by the way, Isaac, just in case you missed it.
Oh, I felt it. I didn't miss it. I got X right out of the goddamn thing, man.
But yeah, no, I mean, just to finish up my rehash of your guys' thoughts last week. I mean, ultimately, there's no chance that even on the debut episode of Raw that many people are going to be watching Raw live on Netflix.
You guys see what Triple H said about it?
No.
He said, "Yeah, I saw that. I actually read that shortly before we got on."
He basically said that he doesn't have an issue with buffering as long as there's 60 to 70 million people watching.
Yeah, I mean,
he's like, yeah, I don't care about buffering if I get that many eyes on it.
And you know what, though, and to be honest with you, that would I don't even think any of the numbers during the Attitude Era they even came close to that.
No.
So yeah, realistically, they what did they say? It was something like about 270 million people they're estimating watched it.
I don't know. I saw the number that Netflix said was 70, I think, but
well, I'll look it up and see, because I mean, I feel depending on let's see here, actually, Netflix.
It's hard to say because Netflix doesn't really release those numbers. Like, they're the only ones who can tell, and so they can just say whatever.
Okay, they're saying 60 million households worldwide watched Paul Pro versus Tyson. Okay, so let's just say, so is there any there? Okay, so 10% of 60 million is 6 million. There, I would probably say I could see them anywhere from in 5 to 10% of the people who watch the Tyson fight would probably are going to tune in to at least this first episode just to check it out. So you're talking about anywhere from 3 to 6 million people. I think that's feasible for Raw.
Yeah, and it's interesting because Netflix is they're really good at being able to buffer their movies and all that shit because it's archived, I guess. But they don't do live streaming normally. This is them stepping into that. But I also think that WWE also has a ton of experience, like I said, with that. So I see everything going well. Although now they're shutting down the network finally.
Yeah, but the way that when I heard about that, the way they were talking, it was like they're talking. At least Tommy Dreamer was talking about it like it was happening here. But we lost the network. It's been almost 5 years because we lost it. I think it was right around the COVID WrestleMania was when
Yeah, and we've had to deal
was.
with shitty ass Peacock sense,
Mhm.
man.
But
Yeah.
the good news is that it's all going to be on Netflix soon. Because as soon as there's only a year left on the
Yeah.
Peacock deal, and as soon as that's up, they're moving it all to Netflix. Because that's basically what they're doing in Europe is they're getting it all set up
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
testing it out there before they introduce it here after the contract's up. So
And that'll be nice because I mean, now do you guys both of you guys have Peacock?
yeah,
Yeah.
Did you get it just strictly for WWE or?
Yeah.
I did too, but I mean, I'll probably keep it because there's always, movies, TV shows, things like that. Like I just like kind of having multiple options to watch streaming stuff like that. I've always been kind of pretty open about the fact that I really want to cut the cable here at home because most of the stuff I think really there's really nothing that I watch other than wrestling, like SmackDown, AEW, and stuff. And AEW's getting ready to go streaming on Max next year. But there's really
where would you watch the Brewers games?
Yeah, that's what I was
I've
gonna
got
say. Is what about your
I've got
sports?
MLB.
Oh, because you're
TV.
out of market. Nice.
Yeah, so I got
But you
MLB
can't watch
TV.
any of the Cubs.
Why would I want to waste my time watching the Cubs?
I'm talking about when they play the Brewers. You can't
That would
watch
probably
those.
be like the only. That would be the only thing that would be when they play the Brewers or the Sox because because whenever they do that, yeah, I have to it gets blacked out. But hopefully with the stuff that I think Major League Baseball is trying to get all the media rights for all the teams so that they can get rid of like the blackouts and stuff, which I think the whole concept of a blackout is stupid. I mean, people should be able to if they can get access to a game, like through a streaming service or something, like shouldn't be denied just because they're in a low. I think the whole concept of blackout's stupid.
Boy, they lost themselves a ton of money doing stupid shit, trying to fuck with their rights. Though they wanted to get like a deal with Hulu for like 2 or 3 games this season, so they offered the games like to them for like five. Like it was like really cheap. They gave them to him like $5-10 million each.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think it was Fox, was like it was either Fox or ESPN was like, you charge us like 5 times that. Why would we pay that if that's what you're paying? So they basically like gave up. Like they just said we're not renewing this contract, and they gave up like a $500 million contract for like $10 million worth of games for Hulu.
Man,
It was really stupid.
gotta love corporate greed.
Oh man, yeah. Yeah.
But all right, so we've talked enough about this fight. I know again we talked about it last week, but just we're kind of rehashing it a little bit, kind of bringing it stuff in. But what do you say we move on to what are you thinking, Shane? What are you feeling?
I mean, like we kind of talked about before, there's it's kind of a slower week right now as far as just a lot of wrestling shows are setting up. I mean, one thing I did want to bring up real quick is GCW is running the Mall of America tomorrow. Not the Mall of America, the American Dream Mall tomorrow.
I think our friend Mr. Crypto is going to
Yes.
be there with
Yes.
his.
Is it not the Mall of America anymore?
No, it's a completely different mall.
It's the American Dream Mall. It's like the second.
It looks like
it's the second biggest mall in the country.
Gotcha.
Mr. Crypto's going to be there with his lovely significant other.
Yeah, they I think it's 2:00 tomorrow afternoon. It's a pretty good card. Also, shout out to a week from. I think it's a week from today, maybe, or a week from tomorrow. Alley Catch versus Microman, which
you know who else is going to be on that show tomorrow?
Who's that?
Former guest of the show, Tony Deppen.
Yes.
Nice, go Tony Deppen, man! Shout out to former guest Tony Deppen. He was he's he's pretty good, man. I'm anxious to see what he does on this show.
Yeah, it's cool seeing him getting booked again by GCW. They took a little break, it seemed like, while they were doing other shit. Now he's back.
Yeah, man, he's
Awesome.
been featured pretty consistently. So
Yeah,
it is nice to see. But on to the biggest and also most important event of tomorrow. Just kidding. It's AEW Full Gear. I can't wait for Isaac to blow his progress he made last week.
Well,
yeah. Let me look up this card.
The Bucks, because the Bucks aren't going to be on this show, and I'll be honest with you. As always, I think the Full Gear, these AEW pay-per-views, while the TV shows have been mostly crap or very subpar, the pay-per-views continue to deliver, and I think this one will be different. But I'll be honest with you, tomorrow or today, as of when this releases, that's actually not the most important thing that I'm going to be doing tomorrow. I got something a little bit more important and a little bit more near and dear to my heart tomorrow going on.
Oh, what is it?
Friendsgiving over at a friend's house with me and my wife and my son. We're going to be going over to a very lovely couple that I've been friends with for about 15 years. As soon as my wife came into the picture, she got welcomed into the crew as well too. So we're going to go have a experience Friendsgiving with some people that we love and care about.
Oh, very nice.
And this weekend, and before we get into Full Gear picks, we're going to take a little commercial break to give a shout out to our boys at Waukesha Sports Cards, who I will hopefully be spending some time with on Sunday at the Chicago Sports Spectacular that's going on this weekend. So we're going to go to quick little commercial break, and then we'll be back with our Full Gear picks. Hey there, it's DDJ from 5 Star Takes, and when I come up to Milwaukee to see the Brewers play, there's one place that I always make it a point to stop at. Waukesha Sports Cards. Come on, let's go inside and check out what they got. Thank you. Thank you. Be sure to stop by one of their 3 locations or go to www.waukeshasportscards.com. For those of you who watch the show and are in the Chicagoland area, my neck of the woods, go check them out. They will have a booth set up at the Chicago Sports Spectacular this weekend. Be tons of great athletes there. Cal Ripken Jr., who the boys at Waukesha Sports Cards are going to be kind enough to get a ball signed for me. Yes, I did have to pay for it because he was very expensive and stuff. Like Cal Ripken's one of my favorite players. They're also going to have Sting's going to be there on Saturday, which is today if you're watching this when it drops. Tons of baseball players, a few football players, some basketball players. It's a great time.
Sting, you say?
Sting?
I did say Sting.
I might have fucked that one up. Well,
no,
I should. Well, let's just wait till next episode.
Well, he was going to be. He is a wrestler, and there was wrestling related. So maybe someone who watches this show didn't realize he's going to be there. They hear the show's like, oh my god, I got to go meet Sting.
No, I'm talking about my picks, or it didn't happen. I should have just waited.
Well, you know what? Let's just.
Roll his. Let me main event picks. Didn't happen.
Right.
That's fucking right, baby.
Hold on a second. Let's how about that? I like Jake's idea. Hold on a second.
It's time for Picks or It Didn't Happen with Isaac. Hey, that's me.
That's me. All right. Well, it was Sting this week. It was going to be mine, and now you get to meet him next week, and I should have picked him next week, but let's see.
Oh, Sting was a shoo-in, man. I didn't want to say anything, but Sting was obvious with how much Dennis loves that era of like WCW. That was a shoo-in.
But you know what though? I did not love that match he had with Hogan at Starrcade '97. Not at all.
I don't think anybody's capable of loving any match Hogan has ever been in ever.
Well, not in WCW.
I will respectfully disagree with you on that.
Okay, maybe like early Hogan.
Let's just say his WCW run.
Yeah, it's
for match quality.
Oh, match quality for Hogan. Dennis, don't even. No.
What?
Did he have any
you're trying to figure out a way to argue with him about this. No, Hogan match quality in WCW was awful. It was ass.
There really wasn't, you know what? There really wasn't anything in terms of like that sticks out to me, you know, from his WCW run. I will give you that.
There's a lot of bad stuff that sticks out. I'll tell you that.
But he had the worst match ever.
Mm-hmm. And he also had the sumo wrestling truck match.
I will say that Doomsday cage match from Uncensored, where it was like Hogan and Savage versus like I think it was like 10 guys and stuff. That's a bit of a guilt when it comes to guilty pleasures in wrestling. That's one of mine.
Oh no!
I don't know why. I can't.
Oh no!
It just is.
Shane's disappointed in you.
Oh, Dennis. Oh, are you trying to defend Hogan's WCW in-ring run?
I never said I was defending. I just said it's a guilty pleasure. Meaning it's bad, but it's something that I will throw on just for the hell of it every once in a while.
I mean, I feel that honestly though about the Doomsday House of Horrors match. You know, because I love bad matches.
No wonder you like
Money in the Bank 2000, dude. God, I love that shit.
2020.
You mean 2020? You said 2000.
Oh yeah.
Money in the Bank was like 5 years pre Money in the Bank. So
2020, that one was.
Yeah, but you know what? Considering what they had to work with, you know, and stuff.
It was awesome.
It was the worst thing I've ever. It was almost as bad. What was the Boneyard match?
Okay, the Boneyard match
was good.
No, I didn't like that one.
As far as imagine that you were being a hater.
What was the worst one of those though? They had that one where it was in the parking lot with all the headlights pointing at the cameras.
That was Adam Cole versus the Velveteen Dream NXT.
Oh, that one.
They also did a parking lot brawl with Eddie Guerrero and John Cena back in 2003, but that was good.
Yeah, that one was good. Yeah, the problem with the Velveteen Dream Adam Cole one was just that it was all like it was at night and it was only lit by car headlights, but like
and they were all like in a circle, so it was just
bright light in your eyes. You couldn't watch the match,
and then AEW,
which is a bummer because it would have been good. And didn't someone come and kidnap one of them at the end or some shit?
I feel like I feel like Roddy Strong got absconded with.
Yeah,
for some reason.
By the ninjas. The ninjas showed up.
Did they?
Was ninjas?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, or something like that. Didn't they show up? I'm gonna
have. You know what? I'm gonna have to find out when that. I'm gonna have to find out when that aired. I'm gonna have to go back and watch it now because now you piqued my curiosity. So I guess I know what I'm doing once we're done recording.
Yeah, it was somewhere in 2020, late 2020, early 2021. Obviously,
you know who else had a really good parking lot brawl match, and I think it was during COVID times as well too, or maybe was AEW was the Best Friends versus Santana and Ortiz. That was really good too.
That was very good. And speaking of best friends, Orange Cassidy versus Jon Moxley. Orange Cassidy versus Jon Moxley in the main event of Full Gear taking place tonight.
I'm gonna start calling you Segway Shane.
Yeah, dude. So let's start at the main event. Yeah, who you got? Who you got, Shane?
This one's tough, honestly, because there's every fiber of my being that honestly believes Orange Cassidy is going to do this and that they're going to pull the trigger because he's cutting real promos now. He is so unbelievably over. The whole story has just been his friends getting beat up and him getting beat up. And, you know, they on Dynamite, he literally screamed at Mark Briscoe to let him do it by himself. And then at the end of the show, he got beaten up 5-on-1 and, but then there's also the part of me that's like, he's facing Jon Moxley.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And it's
He
like,
has beaten Jon Moxley before.
yeah, no, I mean, and honestly, I feel like that decreases the chances that he's going to win this one. I feel like if the story would be he's never beaten Jon Moxley, you know what I mean? Plus the rest of it, I feel like that's too good to pass up. But
and so are you going with Moxley then?
it's just yes, because I feel like they've built this character of his up so much. I don't think they're going to want to take the belt off of him quite yet. I think that Orange Cassidy will be the one to beat him, but I don't necessarily know if that's going to be tomorrow.
I agree with you on your take on the match. I disagree with you on the fact that you think that Orange Cassidy is going to be the one to unseat Moxley.
Who do you think it's going to be?
Well, before I give you that, I'm going to tell you my pick for the match. And yes, it's going to be Jon Moxley for pretty much the same reasons why you had mentioned. And by the way, I'm going to pull up our scoreboard here as a reminder just to see where everybody's at. Right now, I'm in the lead at 44-19. Shane's 2 behind me at 42-21. And Isaac is ever so close to being above 500 at 30-33.
I'm doing it, man. I'm going to do it, man.
This is my
year, man.
Man, if this is your year,
and I'm going Jon Moxley too. And
yeah,
not
me
because
too.
And not because I don't think Cassidy. I actually agree with Shane. I do think Cassidy is the next champion. Just from peripheral media about how they're treating him and everything. Like it just looks like he's the guy that they want to have up there, but it doesn't seem to make sense to have that moment be now with what they're trying to build with Mox's story. It just feels like that's just getting started and he needs the belt for a little longer with it to make it work. But I don't know, I could be wrong, but I'm still sticking with Mox.
Me too. And like I said, for the reason being is that I think right now to take the title off Moxley would totally derail this whole where they're going with what the storyline with, Moxley trying to basically burn AEW to ground to rebuild it and his vision, to save the company and everything. But like I said, you both, I both disagree. I disagree with both of you on the fact that, and it's nothing against Orange Cassidy because I love Orange Cassidy, as you can see. But I don't think he's the one that's going to be, he's not going to be the savior. To me, I think the one person that's going to be the savior for AEW and be
Chuck
the one
Taylor.
Hold on a second.
Damn it.
Yeah, Chuck Palumbo, dummy.
God damn it.
Oh
my
Dennis, you don't think that Chuck Taylor is going to save AEW?
You know what, Isaac, before you even mentioned Chuck Palumbo, I don't think he's going to save it. Correct. I don't think to me, I think the savior for AEW is going to be Darby Allin. I feel like they're going to do this where they're trying to do the NWO thing all over again in their own vision. Moxley is Hogan. Darby's going to be Sting, and they're finally going to do the payoff. They're going to do Moxley versus Darby, treated like Hogan versus Sting, only this time they're going to get it right. They're going to do it the way that Bischoff should have done Sting versus Hogan at Starrcade 97.
I mean, Tony Khan is a mark, so
That's just my opinion. I think Darby Allin's going to be the one that unseats Moxley. So
Yeah.
So let's go to the other end of the card. We got MJF versus Roddy Strong.
you know what? Before we do that, let's get the 0 hour. Or do you guys want to do the 0 hour matches?
Yeah, why not?
All right. Well, let's just get this one out of the way because to me, this is just a waste of time and stuff. We've got Big Boom AJ.
Boom!
QT Marshall. Big Boom AJ is going to have Big Justice in his corner. And apparently this is a singles match where the Rizzler will serve as special guest timekeeper. First off, do either of you guys what is with this Big Boom AJ?
I'm not
Like, Dennis, I sent you the video.
No.
Did you watch the video? The promo?
Let's not predict this one.
No, let's absolutely
let's not give this any.
No, I'll give it
time than it.
I'll give it. I predict Big Boom AJ.
Yeah, me too. And it sucks. I feel bad for Q. I feel for QT Marshall.
We bring the boom.
Yeah, of course they're gonna win.
We bring the boom.
They're gonna bring the boom, and it's gonna be dumb as shit.
Oh yeah,
it's just gonna be another nail in the fucking coffin for these jackasses.
And then we also have on the pre-show we have, and this actually I think could be a fun match: Deonna Purrazzo versus Anna Jay.
Deonna Purrazzo, honestly,
I think Anna Jay because she just came back.
I think Anna Jay's been on a little bit of a run, and I'm going with Shane. I'm going with Anna Jay.
Damn.
Right, so now we're gonna get on to the main card here. We have
just two. The two matches on the pre-show are
as
Big
of right
Boom
now,
AJ versus QT Marshall and Anna Jay versus Deonna Purrazzo.
As of right now, according to Wikipedia, yes. So going on to the main card now, we have back to the main card. We have the match that Isaac wanted to get into a little prematurely. MJF versus Roderick Strong.
Prematurely, shit. I didn't realize
Roderick Strong has literally no chance of winning.
No, none. It's MJF.
Yeah, I mean, I think that MJF wins clean. I think that they might tease maybe Adam Cole coming in and ruining it for Roddy, but I think MJF wins clean and probably brutalizes Roderick Strong afterward, and Adam Cole comes out, and then they can just go do that.
Well, I think that it's going to be. I think MJF's going to win. I don't think it's going to be clean, and because I think Roddy, especially after the promo that MJF cut on Dynamite, where he basically said that Roddy's mom shot his dad. If anybody, which, I'm assuming they're drawing that from real life. I don't know. But if I was going to fight someone, even if I knew if I didn't have a chance, which would pretty much be anybody, because I can't fight worse shit. But if somebody ever revealed something like that to me, I'd give it everything I had, and I feel like Roddy's going to do that. And I think it's going to take MJF using the Dynamite Diamond Ring or something else to beat Roddy. But yeah, I'm with you. I think MJF's going to win. I don't see any way that Roddy wins this match.
Yep, I think we're all in agreement on that one.
Okay, so next up we have another match in the rivalry between Jay White and Hangman Adam Page. Isaac, who do you have for this one?
That's tough. That's a tough one for me. But because I don't know how they're booking either of these guys. Like, my instinct is to say Page, but I think Jay White probably, because my instinct is Page. So I'm going to go opposite of my instinct. Yeah, I'm going to say that.
All right. So we got one for Jay White. Shane, what about you?
I mean, I feel like this one's pretty tough. I feel like they both pretty much need the win. I mean, Jay White hasn't won a high profile pay per view match in a while.
Actually, he did recently win one, and I'll get into
did
it.
he on like the last pay per view?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right, my bad. I didn't watch that one. But I mean, and then Hangman is coming off a killing Swerve, and
Burning down
I
his
don't
house.
know. I mean, I feel like eating the pin would do Hangman less harm, so I'm gonna go with Jay White, and maybe this descends Hangman further into madness.
Okay, so that's actually a really good take that I didn't even think of, Shane. Because I was going into this match, I was gonna pick Hangman to kind of get because Jay White won this one, but I actually, you know what, you kind of swayed me in that. I think I'm gonna go with Jay White to win again, because I think really I think like Hangman will eventually get a win in this rivalry. Excuse me.
I picked
But
it first.
but Shane's the way Shane explained it actually kind of made me change my opinion. So
Yeah, but I looked cuter.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, shit!
Hey, that's not true. He's very cute. Look at this.
Yeah, I am cuter than him.
He's a little.
Yes.
but yeah, no, I definitely see, because I think back to the Swerve Hangman rivalry. Swerve got the win in the first couple matches, but then the last one, Hangman got the win and kind of put the exclamation point on the rivalry. And I think that's what we're gonna see here. Like I said, it's gonna further Hangman's descent into madness and stuff. So I'm gonna do a 180 and from what I originally was picking when I going into this show. Excuse me, I'm gonna go Jay White as well.
There you go.
All right, so we got next up here. We have in a 4-way tag match for the AEW World Tag Team Championships. We have Private Party, who will be defending the championships, going up against the Outrunners, the Kings of the Black Throne, which is Malachi Black and Brody King, and the Acclaimed.
I don't see Private Party retaining the tag titles here. I kind of feel like them having the titles was kind of like Zack Ryder winning the Intercontinental Championship at Mania and then just losing it on the next night. I feel like it was, AEW throwing a bone, to, I mean, really two of the longest tenured people on the roster now. I mean, they've been there, I mean, pretty much since day one.
They have been.
Yeah, I don't know who's gonna do it though. I mean, I feel like they should have the Outrunners win because they're very popular. But I don't know.
Over.
I don't know if they're gonna want to go Private Party into the Outrunners. You know what I mean? It seems like they might want to have maybe a little bit of a longer reign in the middle there with a more established, as far as booking team. So
that makes it seem like the Malachi Black or whatever is stable there.
Him and Brody King
might be the one.
Yeah, I mean, if Malachi is staying in the company, and it seems like that's the case at this point, I feel like it's them.
Yeah.
I mean, they need momentum. They've got Julia Hart returning. They've been running vignettes,
which have been excellent.
And
they have been pretty cool.
And you got to imagine Tony probably offered him a title run of some sort to keep him in the company.
Yeah, I mean, all of the reports were that he wasn't necessarily happy with the way he was getting booked. So maybe Tony was like, "Hey, I'm going to book you to win the tag titles. Let's see how this goes, and then talk after that."
I think
so
I talked myself into
Black
that.
Throne, Shane?
I think so.
I just talked myself into it.
And you're gonna go with them too, Isaac?
Mhm.
All right. Well,
The Blackthorn.
I'm going to go against both of you, and I'm going to say Private Party retains.
Oh,
Because I feel like for them to ascend the way they did, to win the titles from the Bucks, and just for them to lose it, essentially, I believe this would be I think this is the first time they're defending the titles since they won them. I don't see it happening and stuff. So I'm going to say Private Party retains.
That was my first instinct, but I talked myself into the other one because it sounds good.
All right. So we got next up, we have for the TBS championship, we have Mercedes Moné defending the championship, and she will have Camille in her corner, which, by the way, they have totally fucked up Camille in AEW.
yeah, she's a disaster.
And that's a shame because the way she was presented in the NWA, phenomenal. And I just, they've totally dropped the ball.
Especially when she was with Nick Aldis for a while.
Yes.
There.
Yes.
Yeah, that was great.
So
that was when I started really loving Nick Aldis. I was like, God damn, I love this guy. Shane hated him, but
I don't like Nick Aldis.
He doesn't like Nick at all.
No, I mean, and it stays that way, man. Adam Pearce is my, WWE GM. It's not Nick Aldis. I mean, I like Ava over Nick Aldis.
Oh, Nick Aldis is great.
Wow. He's great. So
yeah,
Mercedes is going to be defending the title against Chris Statlander.
Yeah, Mercedes all the way, obviously.
I mentioned this just so how they've dropped the ball with Camille, but I also feel like Mercedes' run in AEW has been.
It's been terrible.
Yeah, and I think it's really exposed. I think a lot of her, I want to say shortcomings or whatever. I think her AEW run has pretty much exposed everything that I think the WWE did a great job in hiding with her.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it just goes to show. I mean, that was that was what Paul Heyman was best at, right? Was like taking
accentuating the positives and eliminating the negatives.
Yeah,
and I say all that, and despite that, I say Mercedes retains as well.
Yeah, she's of course retains.
So I don't know. They've been I mean, really pushing this, her being abusive to Camille's storyline. Camille with the hurt arm on Dynamite, and Mercedes says, "Get in there and kick their ass." Got her arm in the sling. I don't know. Mercedes.
Nice, Shane. That was smooth. I think you broke Isaac on that one.
That was great.
All right, so we've got looks like 4 more matches left here to go. Next up, we've got Swerve Strickland going up against Bobby Lashley.
Ooh,
Bob. It's his first pay-per-view match in the company. Swerve is Swerve.
Swerve is over as hell.
But Bob is going to brutalize him.
Swerve is Teflon right now, yes, and I agree. And I think Bobby Lashley needs to win, and I think he needs to do it in a dominant fashion.
I think he's going to brutalize him.
Yeah.
Yep, Bobby.
All right, so we're unanimous there. Next up, we have for the TNT Championship, we have Jack Perry defending the TNT Championship against Daniel Garcia.
I think he retains.
I got big DG. I think Danny's going to do it. In fact, one of my favorite wrestling tropes that's new is they absconded with Jack Perry on Dynamite. They had him locked in like a barn or something.
Yeah.
Him and Daddy Magic off commentary.
Yeah.
Dude during commentary kidnapped one of the fucking wrestlers. It was crazy.
Yeah, I thought that was great though, and I love Daddy Magic Matt Menard. I think he's been killing it on commentary. He's what?
He's no Taz.
I'm gonna agree with you there, but I mean he's not trying to be Taz.
Well, Taz is my favorite commentator in the business.
Okay, that's a good take. I can't argue against that. I think he's the best that they have in AEW right now.
Oh, Taz is so funny all of the time.
Booker T's hilarious all the time
But-
I
too.
can't. No,
But Booker
no,
T is
no.
a more of I'm laughing at Booker T.
Because he's absolutely insane.
Oh, he's the worst.
It's so funny.
I mean, I adore Booker. I love him, and
It's so
he makes
funny.
me laugh so hard
Yes.
all of the time.
I love Booker T as a wrestler, but Booker T as I've not been a fan of Booker T as a commentator. I
you don't even. Oh, shucky ducky, quack quack. So good. It's so funny. He's so funny.
Dennis, have you seen the video or the clip of Booker T? And it was the group with, I think it was Main Event Mafia, where it's him and Kevin Nash, and then they took over commentary for the night, but Kevin Nash was Chet Lemon and Booker T was Black Snow. And then in like the main event, Booker T gets off commentary and grabs a mic, and he's just live commentating him kicking ass. He's like,
that was good.
Booker T gives in the boot. Booker T gives in the boot. But like the whole show is him doing what he does in NXT, but turned up to 1,000,000. It's
I will give you that, but I think he's
so funny.
I feel like Booker tries too hard.
I feel like he's not even trying at all. I just feel like that's like he goes there with no prep and he just sits at that desk and it's just stream of consciousness. Whatever pops in his head comes out of his mouth, and it's almost always fucking insane.
I think that's one of the reasons why. And so Shane talked about Taz being his favorite commentator. I'm going to give you mine right now, and that's Vic Joseph, because I think Vic Joseph it just saves the commentary for me on NXT.
Well, being the play-by-play, especially as a relatively inexperienced guy for Booker T, I mean, that is great training on how to reel somebody in, and
he's so good at it too. He's like constantly like.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, because he talks just enough shit to him.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah. No, it works.
Booker, what are you talking about?
And getting back to the match here, Isaac, you said who was it that said Jack Perry's going to retain?
I did.
He said Jada Pinkett.
Jada Pinkett's retained
on NXT on Tuesday.
Oh my God, he did. Yes, instead of Jada Parker, that was what it was. He's like, look at Jada Pinkett. He's like, that's Jada Parker. I know. I guess got excited, man.
Shane, what do you got in this match?
I've got Daniel Garcia.
As you just said, I'm with you there too. I think Daniel Garcia is gonna win the championship. I think he's in now. He's with the company. He signed and stuff, and I think we're gonna start seeing the rise and the ascent of Daniel Garcia, which is something I think a lot of fans have been wanting and clamoring for a while. And I think this is when he finally takes that step. And I'm going to say we got a new champion, Daniel Garcia.
Man, and I hope he does, because it's one of the funniest like point in somebody's career where they started turning face naturally, and that's when he started wearing those damn pants. He started turning face with the stupid pants.
Just put on a pair of pants, man. You go face.
The pants got over.
Pants got over. All right, so we got two more matches left. We got for the AEW International Championship, we got Konosuke Takeshita defending against Ricochet.
Takeshita.
Take a shitta is what it's spelled kind of like.
Oh, Jesus.
It's take shitta, not take a shitta.
Take shitta. I think Ricochet. I think they went out, they did the thing with him. Like, why not give him a belt to play with?
if he's there, like, you know, Ricochet's kind of really trying to go out there and I think show everybody WWE that they fucked up by letting him go, you know, and like not letting him be the Ricochet that he really has been since he's been in AEW. And this is probably, honestly, for me, this is probably the toughest match for me to kind of make a call on because in that. So, and I mean, you know what? I'm gonna go with Isaac on this one. I think Ricochet wins and becomes the new international champion.
Yeah, I think that Ricochet is the now, and he's not the future. I think that Takeshita is like the actual future. Takeshita is so good.
He's very good. I will give you that. So we got one more match here, and I saved what I think is going to be the match of the night, the show stealer, for last. We've got Will Ospreay versus Kyle Fletcher.
Ospreay. I mean, it's Will Ospreay, right?
Yeah, that's my instinct.
I'm going to go against both of you, and I think Kyle Fletcher pulls off a shocker.
Oh no, really?
Yeah, wow. I don't know why.
So you have Don Callis' family taking fat L's.
No, Kyle Fletcher is part of the Don Callis family.
Oh wait, yeah. My bad.
So
fat dubs, dude.
I would, but no, I don't know why. I think Kyle Fletcher can benefit way more from a win here than Ospreay.
I mean, do you really view Kyle Fletcher as a viable long-term single star? I think that he's good. I think that he's very good in ring. I don't think he's a very good promo, and I don't think
at the time right now, until he gets to that point, he's got Don Callis that can cut the promos for him. And I thought what he did when he did that promo in the ring where he shaved his head and said, "I'm nothing like Will Ospreay." Like, he shaved his head basically just so he didn't look like Ospreay. I thought that was really good. I think Fletcher's better with the promos than I think you're giving. And all due respect, I think you're giving him credit for it, but that's just my take. But to me, I feel like I think if they're trying to make Fletcher, you know, maybe not necessarily a main eventer, but get him up into that upper mid card where he could be a viable threat. I think you do that I feel like Ospreay would have no problem putting him over because so I'm sticking to my guns here. I'm going Kyle Fletcher with the upset.
All right.
So that's our picks here. We're trying to keep it under an hour here, and we're getting dangerously close. So we got one more, actually two more things to do here.
First we got to end with Shane. We got to end with Shane's big moment.
Okay, so we're gonna end with Shane's big moment, but before we get to that point, we're gonna play. We're gonna do another round of Chris Van Vliet Guess the Wrestler. I'm gonna post a picture on the. I'm gonna make a video for that too, by the way. So a little intro video. So I'm gonna pull this, put this picture up, and this came straight from Chris Van Vliet's Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. He's a great follow on there, by the way, everybody. But so I'm gonna put this picture up, and you guys are gonna have to guess who you think this wrestler is.
Holy R-Truth.
Yeah, I mean it is R-Truth.
I knew that one was going to be way too. I figured as soon as I pulled up, like, this one's going to be way too easy for that.
I mean, all you have to do is look at that amount of belts. I mean, the only other person that might have had that many belts is like
nobody held the 24/7
Crash. Well, no, I'm just saying if you don't look at the belt, maybe like Crash Holly with the Hardcore Championship.
Mick Foley maybe with that.
No, he didn't have the hardcore. He only had Mick Foley only had
the
hardcore championship once.
Yeah, like
he was
once.
the inaugural champion.
Yeah, that's right.
So, all right, but we got one more thing here, so we're gonna play a video one more time here, and we're gonna give Shane his big moment. Shane, it's your time. You're the main event. So,
Oh, I'm getting it loaded up.
It's time for Pics or It Didn't Happen with Isaac. Hey, that's me.
No.
This time it's actually Shane.
Yeah, it's Pixar didn't happen with Shane. Pixar didn't happen, Jay Lethal.
You did it, dude.
What year was that? Jay Lethal looks so young.
Black Machismo.
2010. It was
Yeah, I mean, he looks very young there.
So remember way back when they did 10 10 10 in TNA?
No.
That's when Jeff Hardy turned heel and like Hogan turned heel and TNA and stuff. Well, basically it was a house show about a week after Bound for Glory that year. And I got I think it was a 4th row ticket, and if you got a ticket within the first 4 rows of the show, and this is the only well, I can't say it because I did go to an Impact Bound for Glory, not when it was in Chicago back in 2019. But this was my first time going to a TNA show, and if you had a ticket in the first 4 rows, you actually got into the show. You got to go in early, and you got to meet, and literally almost every wrestler who was wrestling that night, with the exception of a few, came out and were signing, taking pictures and signing autographs with everybody. And Jay Lethal was like one of the guys I most wanted to see, so I made sure to get that picture when he came by where I was.
Nice.
So, but yeah, we're just cracked over an hour here, and everybody's got things to do. I don't know about you, but I got a show to put together, and I kind of want to chill and stuff. So everybody, thanks for watching. If you haven't already seen it or you want to watch it again, please go watch our interview with Justin Reyes. Also watch our interviews we did with Tony Deppen, Mullet Man, and just about
Johnny Pierce.
Johnny Pierce.
Johnny Pierce, man.
Yeah, so but everybody, thanks for watching. We'll see you next week with a little, not sure if it's gonna drop before or after, but be around Thanksgiving time. And if we don't do an episode until after Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Absolutely.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Eat that fucking meat and turkey and stuffing and shit.
Yeah, and stuffing.
And the stuffing.
Yeah, that.
Gravy.
I got greens, beans, potatoes, tomatoes, lambs, rams, hogs, dogs, chicken, turkeys.
Potatoes,
damn, dude.
Pies,
you spit hot fire right there. Cheesecake. And then the day after Thanksgiving, my family, we all go to my aunt's and we all cook. Me and my aunt, and we cook like 15, 20 courses of Chinese food.
Holy crap.
Yeah, it's 2 days of fucking eating.
Yeah, and I'm excited because I'm going down. Family and I were going down. We're going to go down to my brother's for Thanksgiving. So
nice. Yeah, we go to my grandfather's still. 104 this year. He'll be 105 in March. Wow. Motherfucker just signed a 3-year lease on a new car last year.
At 104?
Yeah.
He drives?
Yeah. He lives alone, man.
God bless him.
He does his own thing.
Oh my goodness.
What is the secret?
He quit smoking when he found out it was bad for him. He cut out salt when he hit like 80. Wow. And then he drinks like at least a Beefeater martini every night.
There it is right there, ladies and gentlemen.
The botanicals, man. He buys Beefeaters. He buys half-gallon bottles by the case.
I forgot about this.
Yeah, so we always joke that like once he starts buying single bottles, we'll start funeral plans.
God.
But still, he's still buying them by the case, man. So we're good.
What does a case of Beefeater cost in bright and sunny
Massachusetts?
Massachusetts?
I have no idea, honestly. It can't be like, I don't know. My guess is like a bottle of Beefeaters. Let's see. I bet I could find out.
All right.
Well, we can't cut this off until the audience knows the price of the Beefeater.
Oh yeah, I haven't. We're still recording. This is still going on. This is still going to be part of the show.
All right. Let's see. So let's say $36 a bottle. So somewhere around $400 to $450 would be my guess.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. God bless that man, and good night, everyone.
Legends of the Ring Sting, man. This is a great figure, old school figure. Looks great. It's Sting! Old school Sting from WCW. Guys, you know us, 3/4 of the Shooting Shit team, and we're here with a listener just like you guys. This is Jimmy from Super Powers Comics.
My friend of almost 20 years. He's known him since you were 12.
If you know people in Chicago, you probably know Dennis because he knows half the town, of course. But shooters, if you need action figures, comics, wrestling memorabilia, we just showed you Sting. Superpowers Comics will put up their QR code so you can get a good look at everything they have coming. Give it a shot, shooters. Get your superpowers on and get your comics from our friend Jimmy, who listens just like you.
Attention wrestling fans and fans of Shootin' Shit podcasts. You can now be one of the cool kids by going to ProWrestlingTees.com and buy the official Shootin' Shit t-shirt. Buy it now and be there at ringside.
This episode and all episodes of 5-Star Takes are now available on YouTube at www.youtube.com/@5-Star Takes. Be sure to like and subscribe. Get all of your 5-Star Takes news and updates by going to our Facebook page at www.facebook.com/SHOOTINSHT. And as always, thanks for watching.